Hello, everybody, and welcome back. This is now the second game we'll be bringing you of the Highlight TV Cup series. My name is Tasty Aldar, and with me is Benvarmeren. Say hello, Benvarmeren.
Hello, Jake, and thank you again for being my co-caster of today. It was a very funny first game, and I heard some people say that we did a great job. So, high five through the microphone.
Right, yeah, nice. Woo. Alright, okay. So this game we'll be bringing you is between Xpressive Club on the blue side and Pain Gaming on the purple side. Now, bans already coming through. Fiora and Kindred banned out by Xpressive, and Corky and Lucian have been banned out on the other side by Pain Gaming.
And I like to see Kindred being taken away, because we saw in the last game how strong Kindred can be, and she's really one of my favorite champions in the game right now, just because of her dueling potential. She's just such a strong jungler, and I think you pick it up or you ban it away.
Speaking of banning things away, Jhin is the third and final ban for Xpressive Club, and wait to see what Pain are going to ban out as their last ban, but it's very heavily AD carry focused bans so far. They're not, well, marksman I should say, because they go to different roles.
They definitely could, and now that the bans have been concluded, we can see on the side of Pain Gaming that they have really focused a lot on, I guess we could say, the bottom lane. Of course, Corki is the flex pick, so he's not exactly mid lane niche, I guess we can say it that way, but still, he got taken away, and I love to see that being taken away.
Alright, everybody, that is an Aurelion Soul insta-lock on the side of Pain.
That is going to be very interesting. I have been waiting for the Center of Universe to come out. It's going to be very interesting to see how Aurelion Sol is going to be played, because we haven't seen a lot of Aurelion Sol. This is actually the first game I'm going to be shoutcasting with Aurelion Sol. And as he's a new champion, he hasn't gotten any buffs or nerfs yet, and I feel like he's a bit underpowered just because all of his power more or less lies in his Star Search. His Q.
Well, yeah, it's certainly hard to tell how powerful he is so far based on one day, a very inexperienced solo queue. And that's one thing to note, is that unless whoever is playing him, because he could go into multiple roles, we're not sure yet, unless they've been playing him a lot on the PvE, they're going to have limited experience on him as a champion. Meanwhile, should mention the other picks that have been locked in so far. At the moment, only one, Shyvana, locked in on the side of Xpressive. However, the Pantheon as well getting locked in for Pain, so certainly an esoteric team comp so far.
I'm very interested in this Pantheon pick, because you don't usually see Pantheon, and he's a flex pick, as he can go both mid lane, jungle, top lane. I guess we can even, I have seen him playing support, so he's a very good flex pick, and even Aurelion Sol can go to the top lane or the mid lane, I guess. So a lot of ways to play around for Pain Gaming right now, but the thing about Pantheon is that he has a stun, and as I've already mentioned, Aurelion Sol's power lies in the Star Search, and that stuns as well, so already there you have some good synergy, so I wouldn't be surprised if we saw Pantheon come out as a jungler, just to play around Aurelion Sol.
Yeah, well, we'll have to see if that is where it goes to in the end. Of course, both of those picks so far can be flexed into many roles. No one really knows where to play Aurelion Sol, right? I've seen it support only so far, but, you know, mid laner, I think that's what it's intended for at least. Another insta-lock there for Pain. Draven is the lock-in, so clearly a very confident player on the side of Pain to insta-lock that Draven and be able to see if they live up to their confidence. On the other side, Ezreal and Zed also picked up for Xpressive.
Draven is a bit interesting, because I know for a fact Imak doesn't play Draven as his top 580 carries in solo queue, whereas on the other side, Jibber plays Draven as his fourth most picked champion. However, there's an Ezreal on the other side, so I'm not quite sure if he doesn't follow, but that last pick as well for Pain Gaming.
Right, oh, yeah,
that's
right.
a blitzcrank.
Okay. The time of man has come to an end, and
the center
maybe
of
it's
the
because
universe.
their star has blown up because of Aurelion Sol. And actually, speaking of Aurelion Sol and I mean, that's just that. Look at that team comp. Look at that. What?
That's
Hello?
just
What a team comp that is.
Composition.
I'm looking forward to it myself. Like, you know, only be interesting.
Well,
regardless of everything else, it will certainly be interesting. Thresh on the other side has been locked in, I should say, for Xpressive.
Well, for Pain Gaming, it's just they're just clearly going for a pick composition. They have hard CC. They even have burst. They want to fight in the jungle, obviously, with Pantheon being such a strong jungler, especially on 1v1s. So just a full pick composition for Pain Gaming, and I'm really interested in the Blitzcrank as well, because again I feel like it's there to play around Aurelion Sol. It makes it easier to land the Star Search.
Yeah, and I mean, if you can get the picks, if you can make sure that Imak is the one who secures those kills from those picks with that Draven, you'll be seeing a lot of League of Draven cashes in coming in. I mean, especially if, because it could be, the kills could be set up on a plate for him, particularly if they manage to catch the Ezreal. And okay, all right, okay, all right, okay. So this game, you guys will be able to see Pain Gaming playing Aurelion Sol, Pantheon, Draven, Blitzcrank, and if that wasn't weird enough, Heimerdinger.
Okay, Antonio! It's his 5th most played champion in solo queue. I wasn't sure he was going to pick it, but damn, I'm digging this.
Well, I think one thing that truly shows, I think before the game starts, in the early levels, if we see some quality emote spam coming out of Antonio, we will know that he's going to be a good Heimerdinger. That's how you know. The ones that do the right emote spams at the beginning, they are going to have a good game on the Heimerdinger. Should mention that the last lock-in on the side of Xpressive was the Trundle, going over to 997. He'll be in the top lane. So, looking at the team comps, I asked you this last game. I'm going to ask you it again, but it might be a little bit of a difficult question, considering what Pain have done. But based on these team comps, who do you reckon will win?
My heart says Pain Gaming, my brain says Xpressive Club. I mean, Xpressive Club just have they just have a better team fight. Really, for Pain Gaming, it's so much about pick composition that they don't really have any wave clear. It's all on the side of Antonio if needed, and I just feel like Xpressive Club they have a better late game insurance for it. First off, they have Ezreal, who's going to be scaling, most likely going for that blue build Ezreal. Then you have Shyvana, just got toned a little bit down now that the twin bite early game damage has been toned a little bit down, but still she's going to be a very strong late game damage. Then you have Zed, who can split push alongside Trundle. So I just feel like they have such a better, well-rounded composition.
Yeah.
But as I said, I believe deep down in my heart that Pain Gaming will if not win it, at least give me an entertaining game.
Yeah. Okay, I think Pain Gaming's comp, it's pretty early game, right? Pantheon, of course, pretty much the quintessential early game champion. Blitzcrank, more of an early game champion, I think, than a late game one, but, you know, can get some relevance still because he does bring a decent amount of crowd control, obviously. Aurelion Sol, who knows? Like, I don't know. Do you know? Does he scale well? I have no idea.
He do have some good scaling, but he's more of a bruiser mage. So
right, okay.
I'm expecting something like a Rod of Ages. No, not really something like a... I'm not expecting Merenomicon, Athena's on Holy Grail. Something like Rod of Ages into more tanky stats. Especially Lyandry's... I think... No, sorry, Rylai's Crystal Scepter. That was the one I was thinking of. That also gives her... Sorry, it's a she, isn't it? It's not a she.
Yes, yeah. Aurelion Sol is, well,
yes,
I think I'm not sure it has a gender, but let's say
it's a dragon. Let's just say it's a dragon. Well, anyways, it just gives more tanky stats, so more of a bruiser type of mage.
Yeah. I'm just totally in awe right now about this. I mean, I think one thing that for Aurelion Sol, what little I know about him, I still think that Zed is going to be a tough matchup, particularly post-6 for Sleepy Sun in that middle lane. We'll see if X-Wade is able to make that work in the middle lane, because, of course, if the Zed gets inside of the circle of stars, then Aurelion Sol is not a whole lot you can do without using the ultimate, and Zed can probably juke away from that ultimate pretty easily.
You're definitely right, and with that being said, of course, Zed after level 6 will have an easy way of getting onto Sleepy Sun, but Aurelion Sol, he can poke with his Center of the Universe, his passive where he gets that circle of stars. He'll be able to poke with that. He's ranged as well. Star Search is pretty easy to land. Celestial Expansion, which is W that expands the circle, is also it also helps with the poking. And even after level 6, once Aurelian Soul gets his ultimate, the Voice of Light, he'll be able to push Zed off and even stun him because Zed gets so close to Aurelian Soul. So if played correctly, it should be a safe matchup for Sleepy Sun.
Get to see the Keystone Masteries coming through. Thunderlords, actually, for Anton in the jungle with the Pantheon rather than Strength of Ages, which you usually see. Deathfire Touch is what's been picked up on Aurelian Soul. I'm pretty sure that's what almost everyone will be going on Aurelian Soul. Interestingly, Thunderlords for Giroud on that Ezreal as well.
That's very interesting, yeah. Normally, we see more of a fervor of battle for AD carries. Even in Korea, they have started to take Warlord's Bloodlust again, but that's more if you want to survive. Of course, Euro could have gone for that, but as we are in the high levels of competitive play, I'm expecting lane swaps, so you don't need that extra survivability if a lane swap is to occur, but still, Thunderlords, it's more to play around the lane to have more punishment coming in. So lane swap might not be the thing that Xpressive Club are looking for.
Yeah, it might not be. So we'll be able to see, based on these level 1s, what they're going to go for. Xpressive look like they're going to clump up slightly towards the bottom side, with Nane heading off towards the top side on the Trundle. Looks like a 5-point defense on the other side coming out of Pain Gaming. So not giving too much away, not giving too much knowledge to the other side, and not allowing them to gain too much knowledge to the other side either. And it will be a 5-point defense for both sides. So not a very exciting level 1, but I have no doubt that the game will pick up from there. Not going for a classic Blitzcrank invade. And in fact, Full U actually going to be standing on a ward for like almost the entire level 1 here, but whatever.
It's such a cliche to go for. Blitz. And I mean, I
tell that to the people I get teamed with in solo queue.
Yes, and talking about cliches, I study movies at my school, so cliches is something we talk about. And here's a quote that my teacher says a lot about cliches: "You see them because they work."
Right.
One cliche I don't really see working too often is the Blitzcrank.
Right. Yeah. Well, let's see if Full U decides to try and cause some havoc. Is postured a little bit more aggressively than the rest of his team, besides Antonio, who is on the Snowmadinger, by the way, in the top lane. Snowmadinger, just thought I should bring attention to that because I believe it to be one of the most hilarious skins in the game, with a great name as well. Snowmadinger sounds perfect. Anyway, bot lane's going to be starting on the bot side with jungle camps, and it's actually Anton who's going to suffer because Antonio's not giving him a leash.
So we get standard matchups. And this was what we were talking about with G-Wars, because he has the funnel lot, so it means he wants to play for his lane, but still you're against the Draven, and it's not exactly the most tanky AD carry Ezreal. So Draven, if he hits a spinning axe, it's definitely going to be a lot of damage that can be taken off of Draven. Now they're actually fighting. You can see the damage.
There is an early level 2. That came from the jungle camp start. Or nothing. He's ignited. Solo might just get away though. Imac, one last auto attack. Flashes in for it. Picks up the kill. Gets creep blocked a little bit, but he's going to be able to escape. Giroud, still only level 1. Can't chase all that well. Does have mystic shots available, and Imac and Full U are quite low, but Imac's actually turning it back around onto Giroud once again. Flash doesn't land. Juked away from by Giroud. Will send a mystic shot back the way of Full U, but still very, very good start for the Pain Gaming bot lane.
And Imac just slayed the dragon here at level 2 power spike, and now Excavate is taking a lot of damage.
He's taking a lot of damage. There is the Celestial expansion, which can chase him for quite a way. However, he does get out of the zone and gets himself to safety, but that's how I imagine the early levels will be going between Sleepy Sun and X-Wade there in the middle lane. There's not a whole lot the Zed can do if he's being zoned away by all those stars, and in fact he does get stunned up again. He might have to do a better job of evading those. Does trade pretty well back onto Sleepy Sun though.
But Sleepy Sun do have more sustain now that he has a pot left, and we immediately see Imak going back and picking up 2 longswords. So Imac, a little power spike. The more AD you can get early on as a Draven, the better. It just empowers his spinning axis.
Yeah. And Anton has been having a little trouble. Considering that leashless start he got, it's not all that surprising. Only just picked up his blue buff. Only 8 CS to the 12 of IDMOS. X-Wade actually going to have a gank coming on towards him now. He's going to be in a lot of trouble. Flash, burst, but he's going to get hooked in, and he hooked him straight into one of the stars, which bopped him on the head, picking up the kill. X-Wade goes down, and that is the first Aurelion Soul kill I've seen, at least, in competitive play.
Well, I mean, in from the side comes a Comet of Legend with that Blitzcrank, and Blitzcrank can be so punishing. With his roams, he can get around the map really fast now that his overdrive actually brings a lot of movement speed. So, especially Xfate that didn't have, well, used the flash and then didn't have his shadows to get away, got punished very hard. And Pain Gaming, they're definitely coming out here and setting a statement, and now they're fighting again in the bottom lane.
Another hook landing, the Blitzcrank pick, paying dividends right now for nothing. Has the shield, flashes into the wall though, and Imac can still get the auto. The auto follows him through the flash. Giroud gets the dodge away there in the end, using the E to evade that last auto attack, which could have come through from Imac to pick up a double. So, but still, very, very good stuff from Pain Gaming all around the map so far, and it's been full view on that Blitzcrank who's been the one facilitating the plays so far.
And the most important thing in the game right now is just that Draven pick. I mean, if you take a look at the gold, he nearly have enough. Sorry, he nearly has enough for a Beer Sword. So once he goes back, he'll get even more AD. And I've already talked about how AD empowers his kid of the spinning axis. It just makes him so much more of a lane bully.
Yeah.
Ezreal only have a tier, and Ezreal is so squishy. The lane is practically over already.
Yeah, I mean, we've got lane bullies in every lane right now for Pain. They're loving this laning phase, and they'll want it to extend as long as possible, unless they get so far ahead they feel they can just push in and take turrets, because Sleepy Sun's having a great time of it in the mid lane. He's up about 10 CS right now, Nane97, you're seeing having to back. He's been pushed under his turret by Heimerdinger the whole time. He's actually going to get sniped away there. Good kill there for the Antonio, and even though IDMOS had come up to help out Nane, Nane was still slain by the Heimerdinger, and, I mean, the Antonio, he's up so much CS right now. He's got that kill. The bottom lane, not a huge CS differential, but again, a 2-kill advantage for Imac. Full view and Anton, they're coming in towards X-Wade again, and the hook does land. He's locked up, does try and get away using the death mark. There is the shout that will take him down. It's the ignite that does it. He does return 1 kill, however, over on towards Full U. Full U actually going down for the first time, and it was Full U that picked up the kill as well, which is unideal for Pain Gaming, so that's a slightly better trade for Xpressive, but across the map, they're just getting dominated right now.
Well, that is the key word. Domination is what is happening for Pain Gaming at this moment. And now Imac just gets out of there, but
he can
actually
juke away from that one. Might get flayed in though. He's going a bit greedy here, trying to get the kill onto 4-0. 4-0 has to back away. Giroud, he can arcane shift in, but actually it's Imac that turns it around onto him. One more auto will do it, but he isn't in range. Giroud, that was so close, and Imac almost picked up a 1v2 double there. Anton, he's in the bottom side now, as well as Full U. This is a free kill for the Pantheon. Giroud goes down, and Pain Gaming, I mean, I've already said they're dominating, but they're doing it even more.
They are indeed doing it even more. It's hard to dominate more when you're already dominating, but now
they found a way.
They definitely found a way. Well, now they just need to look for objectives now to snowball the game even more. They already have a 3k gold lead, so picking up towers, dragons, rift health should be their #1 priority right now. But a dive is happening in the bottom lane.
Yeah, I'm not sure it's a very intentional dive, though. Full U was hooked in and flayed in. Actually, they might turn it around onto IDMOS once again. Imac is the king of turning fights around, and he does it again. He might have bitten off even more than he can chew, though, right now. Trying to get away from Giroud. The kite potential is there. Full U doesn't really want to hook Giroud in, because it'll get him closer. Mystic shot lands. Shut down for Giroud. But the fact that Imac even got a kill out of that after it was Full U that was hooked under turret is just insane.
And I talked about how Emac wanted to get a BF sword. He actually wanted to get a Yumus Ghostblade. Hang on a second, Aurelian Sword's coming to the top lane.
Coming to the top lane, and Anton is coming as well. The turret is no longer present, and that
No.
is a perfectly aimed Q there. Nane stunned up, gonna be going down. A million spears put into his back, as well as a little cog thrown by Heimerdinger, which is the one that finishes him off, and another kill for Pain right now.
I thought Jin were funny to watch in a competitive game. Aurelian Sol is way funnier. He just flies across the map with the Star Search. I mean, no wonder he's the center of the universe with all that swag he has.
Yeah. Right, well. Actually, we are seeing Jiru killed off once again there. That happened almost so quick I couldn't react, and Kami picks it up. Just another hook landing from Fuyu, meaning another death for Xpressive, and they have no response right now. Pain, they're pushing, like, Antonio, he's pushing on towards the inner turret in the top lane already. We're 9 minutes in. The domination that he's shown on this Snowmaninger has been incredible, and there it is, the word domination again, I know, but it's just, there's no better word to describe it right now. Pain are just outclassing Xpressive across the map.
And you can't even kill, oh wait,
Oh,
in the top
another
lane.
man drop coming in. Anton comes on, he's hit by the grenade as well. He might be able to turn this around. He has the subjugate, and he actually does get the kill back onto Panton. A little bit of avarice there from Pain, but X-Wade, he's hooked in. The ultimate came through for the silence from Blitzcrank, but it wasn't enough to secure that kill. X-Wade does get away using his shadows. IDMOS come now to hold top lane, while Nane has the turret and immediately looks for the 1v2. He's hooked in. Jiru has the ultimate going across him, and he does trade 1-for-1 still, Imac, but he was taken down there by Jiru, and I mean, 5 kills now on the Draven, an assist as well, 71 farm. He is just, I mean, you need to get the Draven rolling when you have a Draven, and they did to get the Draven rolling.
And now Draven also has a BF sword. Oh, wait, actually, Antonio in top lane. Can you even stop this guy?
I don't think they can. This is going to be a 1v2 kill if they keep going for it. It might even be a double kill, and they have to back away. The ulted turret was there. X-Wade tries to go in, but Fuyu is there once again. He's always there in the middle lane, knocks him up. Fuyu is the one who secures the kill. The Ignite got the last tick. Anton is there now so they can try and pressure the turret. Meanwhile, the Antonio chasing on towards Idemos here. He flashes in, surely going to pick up the kill, sets up a turret. Idemos has nowhere to go here. Antonio actually almost lets him escape, but there are the rockets. And once again, another kill for Pain. This is just getting ridiculous.
This is definitely getting ridiculous, and I'm really having a hard time picturing how Xpressive Club are able to come back from this. Because Antonio has a Sonias. We saw it in the last encounter in the top lane how Antonios were able to get away without even using the Sonias. He even were close to getting killed and ended up getting, well, he was close to getting 2 kills and ended up getting 1 kill. In the jungle, Pantheon is not doing anything. He's just farming. He is behind, of course, in terms of farm, because Shyvana's just been farming all game. Rod of Age is in the mid lane, so Sleepy Sun is also scaling up. Then, the really important thing is Imak. He has a Ghostblade and a BF Sword, and we're 12 minutes in the game. 4-0 might even be soloed by a Blitzcrank. Come on.
I don't think that's going to happen though, because X-Wade, he's come through on the Dark Passage. Fuyu pieces out of that one. Actually, Anton comes in, and they're going to turn it around. Whirling Death comes through. 4-0 goes very low, has to flash over the wall. Imak is deterred a little bit by the damage coming out of Jiru, which isn't entirely negligible still. Jiru not doing a bad job of stuff right now. Anton goes in a bit too aggressive there. That was greedy from Anton. He's going to be going down. Sleepy Sun will be able to escape from it though. A bit of question mark pings going down onto Anton. I think that's fair.
I definitely think that's fair as well. And I mean, you took so much damage from a Blitzcrank, and Blitzcrank, he's building. Look at his build. He's building a Magi's Sword.
That's just cocky at this point. 4-0, he's dead. Another couple of stacks there onto the Magi's as Fuyu comes in to steal the kill away with his ultimate. I mean, okay, so Pain Gaming, they sure are delivering with his team comp. X-Wade actually might be able to pick up a triple if he plays this right. He's only going to get 1 though, because Imak will pop. He actually doesn't go down, but in comes Deimos actually gets it turned around onto him as well. A double kill for Imak coming out of that. How does this keep happening? How does he keep turning it around? Xpressive, they keep coming in. They keep thinking they've got a free kill onto Imak or Fuyu, and Imak can always turn it around. Meanwhile, the Antonio, he's already on the inhibitor turret at 13.5 minutes in. Another kill. No, not going to quite be his. Giro actually goes in aggressively, but he's going to be taking down so much damage going through. He does get the kill onto Imak. Fulyu won't be able to escape from this one if the Mystic Shot lands, and it does. Giroud, he's 4-2-0. He is the one remaining hope for his team right now. That is a team which is 8.5k gold behind and is having their inhibitor turret beaten on in the top lane at the grand old time of 14 minutes. X-Wade trying to do something about that here, put some damage onto the Antonio, but Nane can't get close without being chunked out so heavily by those turrets.
I do not understand what is going on in this game. It's such a weird game, and I think I should probably start listening to my heart more, because I said my heart is saying that Pain would win. My head clearly doesn't know what it's saying.
Oh dear, Pain just outclassing Xpressive across the board.
Yeah,
Giroud is the only ray of sunshine for them, and it's not a very big ray of sunshine right now. Demos will, if he's able to ever get sated in this game, I'll talk about that in a minute, because the Antonio might actually be caught out. There is the Zhonya's man drop coming in from Anton. Antonio almost certainly going to die here. He is taken down by Demos. Meanwhile, Giroud was taken down by Anton, and Anton has made a clean getaway from that as well. One kill each. X-Wade hooked over the wall. If they can CC chain him perfectly here, he's dead. There it goes. Another kill for Anton this time. 3-2-2 on that Pantheon. Not that that matters when you have a 7-3-3 Draven and a 3-2-7 Blitzcrank with a Medjai's. God. And meanwhile, Sleepy Sun took a turret in the bottom lane. Out of all that, there's still good macro players going on for Pain, despite all the chaos. For nothing. He's caught out now. He's going down. A huge crit from Emac. Secures the kill, and... alright, people are going to have to stop getting hooked in by this Blitzcrank, because Fulyu is dominating on that right now. And Nane, he's dead as well. Imak, another kill. What a surprise. You know, it's almost boring now seeing Imak pick up a kill. It happens so often.
Well,
here's another one. There it is. Double kill for Imak. Another hook lands.
Way.
Another kill for Dimak. Meanwhile, a turret has gone down, and Imak going aggressive again. Trying to get onto Giroud. If he gets a crit, he might get lucky here. Whirling Death comes back, hits Giroud on the backside. Another kill for Imak. They're onto the inhibitor turrets in the top lane. They're onto the inhibitor turret in the middle lane. Sleepy Sun is zoning them away with that Aurelian Soul. And there is the inhibitor turret in the middle lane going down. Here goes down the inhibitor as well. They'll probably just rotate to the top lane and try and take that one down. They might have to back away, though. They are quite low on health and mana. Fulyu definitely is heading towards that top side, though. And depending on how low the turret is, they might be able to take it down. They're going to get it, I think, here. Antonio's coming in. Anton's there as well. Nane gets hooked in, does get away from it. Anton, one last hit will do it. There it is. Flashes away. Sleepy Sun's coming in with a big stun zone there. Antonio forced uses Zonya's early. Anton, he's down. There is the big turret, though, doing a lot of damage. Voice of Light does even more damage. Idemos tried to get in there with the Dragon's Ascent, but couldn't quite manage to get there before going down. Another kill for Antonio. An inhibitor turret is down, and an inhibitor, another inhibitor turret, and an inhibitor in the middle lane, also down for Xpressive. This has gone from bad to worse for them, and I don't see any way back into it for them.
A little bit of light finally came into this game for Xpressive Club, but then they took a look at the mid lane, where the inhibitor's down, and then they realized, we have no way clear. How are we, in heaven's name, going to be able to deal with super minions?
Yeah.
Realistically, this game is not going to be working for Xpressive. It's over. You can't even deal with Imak. I mean, Imak, if he doesn't get hooked, he could easily 2v2 anybody if he doesn't get hit by any CC, because he has a Humus Ghost Blade. It empowers his attack speed. He has an Essence Weaver and a Static Shift, so practically tons of CDR, tons of armor penetration, and a lot of attack damage. Nobody can deal with him. Look
also,
at the
crits
damage.
coming through thick and fast. Those ones onto Nane. 2 crits in a row. 1 regular auto to finish it off, as well as the Whirling Death coming through. Imak picks up another kill. And I think the real question at this point is in the game, not whether Xpressive can make a comeback, not whether Pain will lose it, because they won't. Another kill for Pain. Imak, by the way. But if Imak could 1v5 at this point. What do you think?
that is definitely the right question, and I definitely think he can. He has so much damage. He is the stuff of nightmares right now. I mean,
Yeah.
if you take a look at him, I know he's not the center of the universe. That is Aurelian Sol. But Draven really wants to be it, and I'm pretty sure he's getting closer to being it than Aurelian Sol.
Yeah, hey, come on, man. Draven is the center of Draven's universe, so I'm sure that's what he believes. Minions already coming on towards the Nexus turrets, and Pain might be looking to end this one pre-20 right now. If they can manage it, it will be very impressive indeed. Sleepy Sun zoning them away with that Celestial expansion, but they are able to clear the minions out. 3 inhibitors down now for them. Not quite, actually. The one in the top lane, it'll go down shortly. A million minions onto that one. A kill comes through. Antonio picks up 1. X-Wade also goes down to Imac. Here comes the man drop, but I don't think it's even needed. He actually does come in. Doesn't pick up the kill onto Nane. Imac picked that one up. That is, by the way, Medjai's 18 stacks right now. Game is going to be ended in pre-20 minutes as long as Pain don't mess around here. They're going to be hitting it slowly. It's only Full You focusing at Anton as well. Imac isn't going to die even to the fountain. And Pain pick up a win in 19 minutes and 28 seconds.
Beautiful game by Pain Gaming. They just snowballed off of their advantages coming out of lane. We didn't even reach 20 minutes. I'm not even quite sure we can say that they even came to the mid game because lanes practically didn't exist in the bottom lane at least. So they just snowballed this game, steamrolled over Xpressive Club, and they nearly ended with a 20,000 goal lead. Come on, what is that?
I mean, oh my god, what an insane game. I mean, okay, so Imac did 16,000 more damage than the closest competitor on the side of Xpressive, who was Giroud, who did 10,835 damage. Imac did 26,812. The next most was Antonio on the Heimerdinger. But, you know, if ever you've seen a game taken over by one person, it's that one. And he didn't even need to. Pain was still winning in every other lane, but Imac decided that he wanted to solo carry, and I'm pretty sure that constitutes a solo carry in the end. Might not have been necessary, but he did it anyway. And really good stuff from Pain. I'm sure we'll see at least the Draven band out against them in the future. And I can't wait to see what else we've got in store for them. That will be it for us for this second game. We'll be back in a moment with a third game to bring you of the HTV Cup series. Don't miss it.